Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. Listen closely. A woman who starts seeing these signs. Oh, she's not breaking down. She's breaking through. When you start to feel a peace that don't even make sense when all hell is breaking loose around you, but you still wake up with a calm spirit, that's not confusion. That's confirmation. That's God getting ready to bless you. When people start walking away, don't you go chasing after them. Let them go. Every exit makes space for elevation. Every closed door is just God's way of saying, that ain't the room you're meant to be in. You got to trust that. You feel uncomfortable where you are right now. Good. Growth never happens in comfort. When your soul starts itching for more, that's your destiny calling you, pulling you out of what's familiar into what's faithful. Doors you didn't even knock on will open. Emails, phone calls, conversations you never planned, they will find you. Because favor, when it's on you, moves faster than anything you could ever plan for yourself. You'll start seeing signs you never saw before. Little nudges, dreams, people speaking into your life without even knowing it. That's the Spirit moving. That's purpose pressing in. And yes, the tests will come harder. The nights might get longer. You might cry a little louder, but right on the other side of that pain is the promise. Right on the other side of that storm is the sun. Don't you dare quit 5 minutes before your blessing shows up. You're going to meet new people too. Women who speak life into you. Men who encourage your vision. Folks who want nothing from you except to see you win. Don't question it. That's alignment. That's a sign. And more than anything, you're going to find a version of yourself you didn't even know existed. A fighter, a dreamer, a leader, a woman whose faith was built in fire, but who shines like pure gold. If you're seeing these signs, don't be scared. Don't be confused. Smile. Stand tall. Get ready. Because what's coming is bigger than you ever imagined. Keep walking. Keep believing. You're about to be blessed. There's a moment when a woman steps into a season of her life where the chaos around her doesn't shake her spirit the way it used to. The world could be spinning out of control, but inside her, there's a quiet calm and unexplainable peace that holds her steady. It's not because everything is perfect. Far from it. It's because she's learned to trust something bigger than her circumstances. She knows now that storms are temporary. She understands just because there's noise on the outside doesn't mean there has to be noise on the inside. This peace doesn't come from pretending everything's okay. It comes from the deep knowing that she's being carried, that every trial is shaping her, not breaking her. It's in the way she no longer reacts to every little disruption, how she can sit still in a room full of problems and smile because she knows who's in control. She stopped measuring her future by what she sees and started believing in what she knows. And what she knows is that grace, favor, and divine timing are working behind the scenes, even when it doesn't look like it. She feels it in her bones. She senses that even though she's walking through fire, she won't be burned. Even though the winds are strong, they won't knock her off her course. The battles that used to drain her no longer have power over her peace. She chooses her energy carefully now, picks her battles wisely, and saves her strength for what really matters. She is becoming immovable, Unshakable, not because life got easier, but because her faith got stronger. That kind of peace can't be faked. It's earned. It's a quiet crown she wears, invisible to the world, but heavy with power. There comes a season when a woman begins to notice that certain things, certain people, certain habits start falling away from her life. At first, it feels uncomfortable, even painful, because the mind tries to hold on to what's familiar. Friendships that once felt like home start feeling heavy. Conversations that used to bring laughter now feel empty. Places she used to run to for comfort suddenly don't fit her anymore. It's not that she's become bitter or distant. It's that her spirit is evolving. She's not being punished, she's being pruned. And pruning always comes before greater growth. People who were only tied to her brokenness can't follow her into her healing. The ones who only showed up when she doubted herself won't know what to do when she walks in confidence. Old versions of herself are dying off, and with them go the attachments that kept her small. It's a shedding, a divine separation, an unseen clearing of the path ahead. Every closed door, every silent goodbye, every sudden shift that feels like loss is actually a gift in disguise. It's God's way of making sure she isn't carrying unnecessary weight into her next season. She may try to reach back, to rescue what's falling away, but eventually she realizes that anything meant for her destiny won't need to be forced to stay. She learns that not everyone can celebrate her evolution because not everyone was assigned to her future. Some were only lessons, some were only mirrors, some were only stepping stones. The quicker she releases what's gone, the quicker she makes room for what's coming. She begins to understand that her future is too important to be compromised by attachments that no longer have a place in her story. There's a stirring inside her that she can't quite explain, a restless feeling that no longer allows her to be content with where she is. What once felt comfortable now feels confining, like a pair of shoes that don't fit anymore. She could once sit in certain spaces and feel at ease, but now there's a quiet dissatisfaction growing louder every day. It's not bitterness, it's not impatience, it's purpose waking up inside her. It's the realization that she was never meant to stay stagnant, never meant to just survive when she was created to thrive. There's an ache for more, not more in the sense of material gain, but more in meaning, more in impact, more in becoming who she was truly designed to be. She looks around and realizes that routines that once gave her comfort now feel like cages. Conversations that once filled her time now feel empty because her soul craves depth, connection, realness. She's outgrowing old mindsets, old limitations, old versions of herself that once served a purpose but have now expired. Every day, the whisper inside her gets a little stronger. There's more for you. It pulls at her when she tries to settle. It nags at her when she tries to play small. It's a holy discomfort, a divine dissatisfaction that refuses to let her stay the same. She may not know exactly where she's going, but she knows she can't stay where she is. Growth is calling her by name, and comfort is no longer an option. She's beginning to see that feeling uncomfortable is not a sign of failure, but a sign that she's stepping into new territory. It's stretching her, pushing her, preparing her for the next level she was always meant to reach. There's a shift that happens when a woman aligns with her purpose, when her heart is right and her spirit is ready, suddenly doors start opening, doors she didn't even know existed, opportunities she never applied for, connections she never chased, blessings she never even thought to ask for begin to find their way to her. It's not luck, it's not coincidence, it's the result of unseen seeds she planted long ago. Seeds of faith, perseverance, integrity, and quiet resilience when no one was watching. She starts receiving invitations into rooms where decisions are made, where visions are birthed, where futures are changed. She's introduced to people who see her worth without her having to explain it. She's offered chances to step into dreams that once seemed too big to even imagine. It feels almost surreal because she didn't have to beg, she didn't have to break herself trying to force it. She simply kept walking in her truth, kept preparing in the dark, and now the light is finding her. The beauty of it is that these doors aren't opening because of who she knows or how loud she shouted for attention. They're opening because of who she became in the waiting, in the growing, in the stretching. They're opening because destiny knows her name. They're opening because God is showing her that when you stay faithful to the unseen work, favor will do what force never could. She realizes that she doesn't have to chase after what's already assigned to her. What is hers by divine design will find her at the right time without striving, without struggle. She simply has to keep showing up, stay ready, and trust that every door swinging open is a testament to the power of unseen preparation meeting undeniable favor. There comes a point where a woman's life starts to shift, not just on the outside, but deep within her soul. She begins to experience spiritual awakenings that change the way she sees everything. Things she used to tolerate no longer sit right with her spirit. Places that once felt comfortable now feel too small for her growing faith. She starts to recognize that she is connected to something much greater than herself, something eternal, something powerful. It's not just about religion or tradition. It's about relationship, about a deep, unshakable knowing that she is guided, protected, and called. She begins to crave silence over noise, prayer over panic, purpose over popularity. Moments alone no longer feel lonely because she can feel the presence of something bigger filling the room. She starts hearing the small voice inside her more clearly, the one that leads her, convicts her, strengthens her. Faith stops being something she talks about and becomes something she lives, breathes, and stands on. Even when circumstances don't make sense, she feels a peace that anchors her. Challenges don't shake her the way they used to because she's no longer fighting battles alone. She's walking with a deeper understanding that every setback is a setup, every delay has a reason, and every tear she's cried has been collected by hands much more capable than her own. Her prayers change too. They move from pleading for things to aligning with purpose. Instead of asking for an easier life, she asks for the strength to carry the calling placed on her life. Through it all, her faith isn't just growing, it's transforming her. It's refining her, making her wiser, bolder, more compassionate, and more resilient. This spiritual awakening isn't a random phase. It's the foundation for the woman she is becoming. At first, it doesn't look like a blessing. It looks like a problem, a setback, a mountain too high to climb. She faces situations that seem overwhelming, doors that slam in her face, circumstances that stretch her thin. But as she leans in, as she chooses not to run or shrink back, she starts to see the truth hiding beneath the struggle. What looked like an obstacle was really an opportunity in disguise. It's the hard places that push her to discover new strengths, new ideas, new paths she would have never found if life had stayed easy. She learns to look deeper, to recognize that discomfort is often a doorway to destiny. The challenge forces her to think bigger, to trust deeper, to move differently. It demands that she rise up in ways she never had to before. It teaches her how to lead, how to persist, how to create something out of nothing. Every difficulty that shows up isn't meant to destroy her. It's meant to develop her. Every no she hears sharpens her focus on the right yes. Every delay builds a patience and wisdom that will serve her in the seasons ahead. She realizes that the challenges aren't setbacks, but setups. That the pressure isn't punishment, but preparation. That being underestimated is an advantage because it allows her to build in silence and emerge stronger than anyone expected. As the layers peel back, she starts to see opportunity everywhere. In the loss, in the rejection, in the hard conversations, in the long nights. It's not always wrapped in pretty packaging, but the gift is there, waiting for her to unwrap it with courage and faith. She stops fearing challenges and starts welcoming them, knowing they are the soil where her biggest blessings are about to grow. Something powerful starts to happen when a woman steps into alignment with her true self and her calling. Her intuition, that quiet voice inside her, begins to speak louder, clearer, and more confidently. It's no longer just a gut feeling she occasionally notices. It becomes a steady compass she learns to trust. She starts sensing when something isn't right even before the evidence shows up. She feels the energy in a room, hears the meaning behind unspoken words, notices the small signs that others overlook. It's not fear or paranoia. It's wisdom born from experience, faith, and growth. She no longer second guesses herself the way she used to. She doesn't need endless opinions or outside validation because she knows that deep down, she already carries the answers. The confusion that once clouded her decisions starts to lift. She trusts when it's time to stay and when it's time to walk away. She moves with quiet confidence, not because she sees every detail ahead, but because she trusts the unseen hand guiding her steps. Sometimes her intuition tells her to take a leap when logic says to stay safe. Sometimes it tells her to be still when everything around her is rushing forward. She listens, even when it's uncomfortable, because she's learned that every time she honors that inner knowing, she wins. It's not magic. It's the result of tuning out the noise of the world and tuning into the voice that has always been with her, patiently waiting for her to trust it. Over time, this guidance becomes like breathing, natural, instinctive, sure. She doesn't have to force it. She doesn't have to beg for signs. She simply listens, follows, and watches as the path unfolds exactly the way it's meant to, leading her closer to everything she's been preparing for. Right before everything shifts, she finds herself in the fight of her life. It's not a coincidence. It's not bad luck. It's the final test before the blessing. The pressure gets heavier, the obstacles get bigger, and the temptation to quit starts whispering in her ear louder than ever. She questions herself, she questions the process, She wonders if she misheard the call on her life. The things she thought she had mastered start resurfacing, old fears, old doubts, old patterns trying to pull her back into who she used to be. But deep down, she knows she's closer than ever before. The enemy doesn't fight fair, especially when he knows she's standing on the edge of a breakthrough. The challenges seem relentless, designed to wear her out, to make her believe the promise was a lie. But this time she's different. She's stronger. She's wiser. She's been through too much to turn back now. Every sleepless night, every tear, every disappointment was building a resilience inside her that can't be shaken. The tests aren't there to destroy her. They're there to reveal her. She realizes that pressure creates diamonds, that storms birth strength, and that the greatest victories come after the fiercest battles. She understands now that when life feels the hardest, when the weight feels unbearable, it's not a sign to give up. It's a sign to hold on, to dig deeper, to pray harder, to move forward with even more fire in her spirit. Her faith is being refined, her vision is being sharpened, and her heart is being prepared for everything she's about to step into. It's in the moments she feels most tested that her breakthrough is closest. It's in the moments she wants to give up the most that her blessing is one step away, waiting for her to hold the line. As she begins to evolve, something incredible starts to happen. The people around her start to change. The relationships that once drained her or kept her stuck begin to fade away. And in their place, she starts attracting individuals who are aligned with her new vision. She draws in people who see her potential, who encourage her growth, and who celebrate her wins instead of feeling threatened by them. These aren't just casual acquaintances. They are powerful connections, soul, deep friendships, and mentors who push her to be the best version of herself. She no longer feels the need to force relationships, to convince others of her worth, or to keep toxic people around out of obligation. She's learned that her energy is sacred, and she no longer wastes it on people who can't match her frequency. The more she steps into her true self, the more she attracts those who are walking similar paths. It's like the universe starts aligning her with people who get it, who understand the grind, who value integrity, and who inspire her to keep going when the road gets tough. These new relationships are more than just connections. They're partnerships, they're collaborations, they're communities of like-minded souls who believe in her dreams as much as she believes in theirs. They challenge her, help her see things from different perspectives, and share wisdom that takes her to places she couldn't have reached alone. It's no longer about who she knows or what she can offer. It's about mutual growth, empowerment, and respect. She finds herself surrounded by people who believe in abundance, in lifting each other up, and in creating opportunities together. These are the relationships that help her rise, that teach her the power of collaboration over competition, and that fuel her as she steps into the best version of herself. There's a moment when a woman faces something so difficult, so overwhelming, that she feels like she can't possibly handle it. It's in these moments that she discovers a strength within herself that she never knew existed. She's pushed beyond her limits, forced into situations where the only choice is to rise, even when she feels like crumbling. The weight of the world presses down on her, And for a second, she doubts she can bear it. But then something shifts. She realizes that her strength isn't something she has to summon from an external source. It's been there all along, quietly waiting for her to tap into it. The endurance she never thought she had starts to surface. It's in the quiet determination she feels when she faces another challenge, the resilience that refuses to let her stay down when life knocks her over. It's in the moments when she keeps moving, even when her body aches, even when her mind tells her to stop. She finds courage in places she never expected. The fear doesn't go away, but she learns how to move forward with it. Each setback becomes a lesson. Each hurdle a reminder of her ability to bounce back. She discovers that strength isn't just about power. It's about grace under pressure. It's about standing tall when everything inside her wants to run, and finding the courage to keep going even when the outcome is unclear. Through every trial, she learns that she is much stronger than she thought. It's not the big wins that show her true strength, but the quiet persistence through the hardest days, the moments when everything seems impossible, and yet she stands firm. She realizes that she is capable of carrying more than she ever imagined. Say so, when a woman starts noticing these signs, the peace in the chaos, the shedding of what no longer serves her, the uncomfortable urge to grow, the doors opening without her knocking, the spiritual awakenings, the opportunities disguised as challenges, the stronger intuition, the tests that come just before her breakthrough, the empowering relationships, and the strength she never knew she had. It's no coincidence. It's not just life happening to her. It's life preparing her for something greater. She's being shaped, refined, and elevated in ways she can't always see in the moment, but the pieces are falling into place. She's being readied for the blessings that are already on the way. These signs are not a sign of weakness or struggle, but a sign of progress, of transformation. What's coming is far greater than what's been. And the woman who embraces these signs, who trusts the process, who moves through the challenges, who leans into her own strength and faith, is about to experience a blessing beyond her imagination. Her story is unfolding in real time, and everything she's been through is leading her to a place of purpose, power, and undeniable favor. Keep walking, keep believing, because what's ahead is worth every moment of faith, every tear, every fight. You are about to be blessed in ways you've never even dreamed of.